Let's begin with some of the top business headline now making the rounds. The federal government on Wednesday approved the total of sum of 6 billion naira for surface maintenance of the third mainland bridge in Lagos State. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, briefed State House correspondent after the week's Federal Executive Council meeting of the Presidential Villa said the 24-month repair would cover 11 kilometers, including interchanges, runs, and critical links. The announcement came barely 2 weeks after the Lagos State government said it will rehabilitate the 32-year-old bridge. The former Lagos State governor said the state's Public Works Corporation will focus on the functional structure of the bridge, such as the underwater piles, while the federal government will undertake surface maintenance to treat potholes and restore missing guardrails. And away from there now, the International Monetary Fund has called on the federal government of Nigeria to reduce the debt by focusing on increasing the tax basket and compliance as a means of generating revenue to cut borrowing. The fund, in its latest fiscal monitor titled "On the Path to Policy Normalization," released yesterday, noted that Nigeria's debt is projected to continue to rise and urged the government to remove fuel subsidies and direct them towards health and education. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, last week said Nigeria has secured a World Bank facility worth $800 million as the first tranche of palliatives to cushion effects of a planned removal of petrol subsidy by June. The loan document revealed that the facility agreement, which was signed by both parties, comes with a commitment charge rate of 0.5% year and a service charge of 0.75% in a year on the withdrawn credit balance, as well as interest charge of about 1.25% on the withdrawn credit balance across 25 years. And now the federal government, through the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, has assured customers of digital lenders that it will protect them from the crude recovery method of these lenders. It stated that customers would no longer be subjected to abusive and other forms of unacceptable loan recovery practices, warning that any lender that failed to abide by government rules will be made to face regulatory punishments. This is as the total number of approved loan apps in the country rose to 178 as of April. The government stated its commitment to lenders' protection while commending Google's recent privacy updates, as loan apps will not be able to access customers' private details again following numerous privacy concerns that they have posed from June 1. And finally now, the number of high net worth individual millionaires in Africa's largest economy, Nigeria, fell by 30% in the past decade between 2012 and 2022. A new report released by Henley and Partners has revealed. The annual report provides a comprehensive review of private wealth in Africa, including high net worth individual, luxury and wealth management trends, as well as expert insight on investment, the investment migration sector, and economic mobility on the continent. According to the 72-page report, South Africa tops the list of the top 10 wealthiest countries in Africa in terms of resident high net worth individuals by some margin. The 2023 edition of the Africa Wealth Report reveals that the big 5 wealth markets in Africa are South Africa, Egypt, Nigeria, Kenya, and Morocco, and that these countries together account for about a significant of 56% of Africa's high net worth individuals and over 90% of the continent's billionaires. Interesting stories there. So let's take a break now. When we return, of course, Charles Flacco, iBrandTV analyst, will be joining us to make sense of some of these stories. This is Business Breakfast. We'll be back in a moment. Please stay with us.